Hawaii will serve to start the opening stanza, and we are underway from Manoa. They send it over on the left side. Bertoloni dug up in the back row. Back set right side. Westerberg pushes it down the line. Goes wide, out of bounds, and a point for UCI. And the starting lineups are brought to you by Hawaiian Financial FC. You can see them scrolling on the bottom of your television set. So 1-0 UCI here early in set number 1.
A little bit of an unforced error. Westerberg getting her third official start as a Rainbow Wahine, trying to aim for hands on that first play.
That one rejected, pinball around. Ike Naga has to free it over. Here come the Anteaters. Back set right side. Ume, nice dig by Hawaii. Bumped up high right side and getting it off the block. And down is none other than Brooke Van Sickle. Van Sickle, of course, the team leader in kills percent at 3.93. One thing we want to point out about Irvine, Lisa, is the fact that they run a 6-2 offense.
That's right. They have 2 setters, so they try to go with 3 hitters across the front court at all time and 1 potential back row hitter as well. That's
a good serve, kept alive. It'll have to be freed over. Here's a chance for Hawaii. Lang, back set right side. Westerberg off the block. We get a touch and a point, and Westerberg gets the kill. Only her second start of her career. Started last week against Long Beach State.
That's right, and you know, Westerberg working really hard in the offseason, really got herself into shape, and she was a middle blocker coming in, I believe the 6th player out of Canada, and she's really worked hard and trained hard and took every bit of that opportunity and made it work on the last road trip.
Add an ace to the tally of Brooke Van Sickle. That's number 27 on the season. She leads the team in Hawaii out to a quick start here in the opening set, something that Robin Amo has stressed quite a bit lately.
Well, and again, the importance of this weekend in these matches for her team to start quick and keep the pressure on.
Negro will back set the right side. The roll will go off of Williams and out of bounds. That's something Robin mentioned about the first time they met, that they got tipped and rolled to death by this UCI team.
Well, if they come out swinging and then they drop their shoulder at the last minute and roll it, and it really messes up the defense on Hawaii's side because they're holding back for the hard hits.
Indy Desmond comes in. She'll set in the back row for UCI, and she will serve right now. Only a freshman out of Sunnyvale, California. Back to Westerberg, down the line, dug up near the net, kept the line, set left side, cross court, and knocking it down is Ofobu. Oni Ofobu, 6'3", sophomore out of Cerritos, and there you see the nice dig by the local girl Darnell out of Rafford High School.
And Darnell has a great story behind her. She kept contacting the coach and asking, hey, I really want to play. She walked on and had a tryout and actually made the team.
Set on the left side, Wagner knocks it down off Darnell in the back row. Wagner had quite a match the first meeting, led the team with 16 kills.
Yeah, I think that was really her breakout. You know, when Riley Wagner really had her aha moment, she really has worked hard on her offense. We know her defense is pretty spectacular, but she's really worked hard to become more of an offensive player.
Desmond in the middle and knocking it down with authority is Ofobu. Ofobu, another interesting story. She didn't get involved in volleyball until very late.
Yeah, Ofobu just at 6'3", she's only a sophomore, but you know, she's a pretty amazing athlete. She just continues to get better and better.
Nice serve by Bertoloni. Quick set in the middle, pushed her by IGD, dug up, over pass, knocked off the block by IGD again. Here come the Anteaters, pushed off the hands, rat-a-tatted around, set left side. Here's Wagner, she'll tip it over the double block, pancake save, bumped up near the middle net, joust, and eventually Hawaii gets the digit.
And the Manoa Roofing Company coming into action on that last play. You're going to see a lot of play at the net, live play, with great defensive play on the pancake dig. Irvine will do that. They'll play with you.
Hawaii up by a point. 5 serving for Janelle Gong in, and she will serve. Pops that one over. Desmond sets it. Pushed over. Dug up back row by Van Sickle. In the middle. Reached over. Slapped around. Freed over. Here come the Bows once again. Ike Naga. The left side. The swing off the block is good by Riley Wagner.
And Riley Wagner doing what she has done well is tooling the block, hitting high off of the hands, purposefully knowing that she had a smaller blocker, or not such a strong blocker, on that left front.
Here's Gong, who wants to be a veterinarian. Deep serve, good pass up to Desmond. Backs it right side to lefty Bertoloni. Off the block, saved by Ikanaga. Will bump it left side. Wagner, and she is rejected. Bertoloni along with Ogofu. In on the stuff. Ofobu had 10 blocks in Tuesday's win against UCSD. She is really someone you got to keep an eye on.
She's definitely a threat. She ranks 7th nationally in blocks right now, and that's in all Division I players.
And that one off the fingertips of Ikanaga in the back row. That'll be an ace for Ofobu. That's number 11 on the year, and the Anteaters have knotted it up early here in the opening set. Lang high, left side, pushed over the double block, but there are the Anteaters to keep it alive, and they'll have to knock it over. Another opportunity for Hawaii on a free ball. Backside, right side, step out, cross court, knocked down by IGD.
And you've got to love that set selection, pulling Amber IGD behind Kate Lang in the front, mixing things up, not as predictable, and she sees a seam. There you saw the middle blocker did not close it up, takes full advantage.
So Hawaii will serve. Ronnie Wagner pops that one over. Chased down, bumped up high there by Desmond. The shot off the double block by McDonald goes through the block and falls down for the point.
And McDonald passed that ball, not a great pass, and was a little bit, didn't hit with a lot of power, but Hawaii's blockers a little up early, too early on her.
Joy Ume back in. She goes into the front row. The serve coming by Negron. Good high pass. Back set, right side, pushed over the double block, and it falls down for the point for IGD.
And that's a great example of IGD hammering away on the first set, and then the next one, pulling the plug, as Kaino Leahy would say, just tipping it over the block. He's got the defense holding.
It's like throwing the fastball and then throwing the changeup right after, right?
That's it.
Looks like the same thing initially, but it's not. IGD back to serve flat-footed. Down the left side, they'll set it high on the left side, and Ume puts it down. Joy Ume, not very big, listed at 5'8", out of Lakewood, California, but she's a handful. Had 15 kills against UH back in that match on October 9th. And talking to Coach Ashley Haynes, she said actually she thought Ume and Ofobu both benefited from the COVID offseason.
Yeah, they got more experience behind. They're both pretty young in the game of volleyball. Not highly recruited athletes, actually, and hadn't gotten a lot of experience behind them. That year gave them time.
Yeah, Ume actually was a track athlete. Yeah. You can see her track abilities with that hop, and that time kind of doing what IGD did, taking a little bit off of it, rolling it over the double block. 8 serving 9, Ikanaga. And Hawaii's not going to be able to get to it. Ikanaga, and then Wagner went back there, but that'll be another ace for UC Irvine.
And it's interesting to see that Irvine is going after Ikanaga. She is the least experienced. She is the freshman on the court, if you will, but they seem to be targeting at her right now.
Donald back to serve again, cross court. Chase down Lang behind the 3-minute line. The attack by Wagner goes long. No touch called. And a point for UCI. And Robin Amo not very pleased right now. Hawaii got off to a pretty quick start.
Well, numerous unforced errors, and it goes back to that first contact, taking care of that first ball. If they can do that, then they can run their middle. And Hawaii's middles have really been playing great volleyball.
There's a middle. That's Skylar Williams. She gets the point right on cue. It's like they knew that you were going to say that, Lisa.
They heard me.
Gong leaves. Westerberg back into the front row for the Bows. Knotted up at 10 here in the opening set. Ume off block, but on.
The things you're going to see Bartoloni do is she.
Yes,
Bartoloni is 6 foot, only a freshman, but she comes with a gun. She just hammers the ball. She goes all out at all times from the front row and from the service line.
Here's Darnell, the libero, the sophomore out of Honolulu, and Radford gets the serve over. Lang quickly in the middle. It's blocked. Nice cover there by Hawaii. And then Westerberg turns around and says, I'll hit it, and she does.
And that's a great play by Westerberg. She turns, she's getting no approach on that ball, but she sees high hands and she swings high and hard off the top of the blocker's hands.
And Sickle with an ace already here in this opening set, goes back 11-11 apiece. Right hand cocked back, clips the tape, rolls and falls down for the ace, kind of similar to her first one.
You know, it's amazing that let serve, when it hits the net and falls, it is very difficult to pass that ball, and she's like got a patent on that thing. I wonder how many let serve aces Brooke Van Sickle has.
I bet you wish when you played you guys could serve it off the net, don't you?
I wish. Probably one of my least favorite rules, that changeup.
Nice dig. Bumped up Ikenaga left side. Wagner powers it off the block and down. Nice bump set there by Ikenaga after the receive by Wagner to the setter.
Yeah, Ikenaga's also worked very hard on that second ball contact. She's credited with an assist like a setter. She steps in often and will bump set that ball.
That one goes into the twine. Service error, point for UCI. We're going to see a couple of substitutions. Going to see Desmond come back in.
And this is exactly what happens in the 6-2. You have a lot of substitutions, and oftentimes if the set goes back and forth, players can get locked out of the game because there is a limit on substitutions.
Desmond's serve, two-handed up to Lang in the middle, turn left, but hitting it wide is Williams. Unforced attack error by the Bows. How much do you think this crowd has energized this Rainbow Wahine team?
Well, I think the team has also energized the crowd. The smiles on the people coming in. They just want fans in the stands. Everybody benefits from them being here. Both teams.
Rainbow serve, cross court, Katsu by Wagner. Yeah, it almost felt like Christmas Day. Walking in here and everybody handing stuff. Some of the aunties are here. Loretta's not here. I know you're back home watching Auntie Loretta, but we got the pies and people handing stuff. And you're not supposed to eat in the arena. This is all outside, and you even got your rainbow balloons there, don't you?
Yeah.
There's going to be an ace by Ikenaga. For the Hawaii Honda dealers highlight reel, let's take a look at Riley Wagner already with 4 kills here in this first set.
Yeah, Riley Wagner seeing the court very well. The other thing is the set location for her is really nice. They're keeping her a little bit off the net, so she's seeing the court, the hands. Her vision has gotten very, showing her volleyball IQ.
9 ties, 3 lead changes at the halfway point of this first one. Taylor Ikenaga after the service ace, back to serve again for Hawaii. Gets it over, the backs it, the right side, and that one goes wide and out of bounds off the right arm of Bertoloni.
Bertoloni trying for some hands herself, but again, you can hear the thunder behind her hit. She played for the USA junior national team.
This time they go on the left side, pushed over the block and down by the lefty, Ellen Ferguson. Ferguson, a freshman, 6'4" out of San Jose. And if you're not aware that she's a lefty, it throws you off probably initially with the block.
It really does, and that's a sweet tip by her, just seeing the court, again, really well.
Lang goes back set, right side, Westerberg, nice diving dig in the back row by the Anteaters. They bump it up near the net, slapped over, dug up by Van Sickle, jousted the net, and then winning the joust, pushing it over, is Carissa McDonald.
A little confusion there. The dig a little too tight. Westberg trying to get in and help out, but Kate Lang is pretty quick, and she actually got in there as well.
Flat-footed serve over by Bertoloni. In the middle to her left, and she hammers it down with authority as Igidi.
And Igidi seeing the block very well. She had 2 blockers up on her that time, moving the ball away from the blocker's hands.
When in doubt, go to the Baton Rouge native.
The defensive player of the week in the Big West.
That's right. Janelle gone in to serve. She does. Mishandled. Bumped up near the net. Pushed over. One-arm dig by Gong. Left side. Tipped over by Hawaii. Saved by the Anteaters. Darnell bumps it up left side. Cross court. Saved by Hawaii. After hit by Bertoloni. Here comes Wagner. Blocked. And then, yes, we're going to call a lift on Hawaii.
That set a little inside for Riley Wagner. She had a huge block up on her on that right side. Kind of hard to work around that. 6'3" and 6'2".
So in to serve, Sophia Skrukan out of Long Beach. Ryan drives that serve over the 10-meter line. Lang in the middle. IGD dug up, bumped up on the right side. The lefty flips it over. Right again on the step on over the top, tipped by the net. Back set right side, and that one lands inside the end line for the point by Ferguson.
She's actually 6'4", tallest player on the team.
And she can get up there too. She's got some long arms, doesn't she?
Yes, she does.
Lang, left side, wound up by Wagner, dug up. Here come the Anteaters. Ike Naga with the dig, left side. Here's Wagner off the double block. Kept alive, freed over, another chance for the Rainbow Wahine. Where does Lang go? Left side, and that one is rejected by Ume and Ferguson.
And this is one of those plays and times when Kate Lang is in the front row. So she only has 2 hitters right in front of her right now, getting a little predictable. She could set backcourt to Brooke Van Sickle as an option as well.
So UCL with the lead now. Back to Wagner, down the line, off the hands, and it flies out of bounds beyond the end line off Izzy Desmond.
Wagner destroying that ball, knowing the importance of siding out.
After getting the kill, Wagner goes back to serve. Hawaii regains the advantage. Excuse me, tied at 18. And now a good high pass up to Desmond. Left side, cross court. There's Ike Naga on the attack. Left side, Van Sickle powers it off the block. Haven't called Brooks' name a whole lot here in this first set, but when called upon, she delivers.
That's her second kill, I believe, on the evening.
On 2 swings.
Yeah.
So, yeah, she's been fairly quiet.
And that's the one thing this team has been doing really well, is distributing the ball a little bit more even. Brooke Van Sickle has been carrying the offensive load for a long time for this team.
Not a good serve receive. Tipped over, blocked, and it will be a stop for Hawaii. Amber IGD in on that one. And UCI wants to talk things over. We'll take a break. Hawaii leads by a pair.
And that was a huge win for the team and for Coach Ashley Hayne.
Cross court hit by Ferguson. Here comes Hawaii, tipped over the double block by Van Sickle. Darnell bumps it over on the left side. McDonald blocks, saves an overpass. Van Sickle will get the save in the middle. IGD, yes!
And again, Kate Lang going to Amber IGD. Their connection continues to be pretty spot on. Talking with Coach Robin Amo earlier in the week, she says Amber IGD works so hard, and sometimes she just has to be patient. She just wants the ball to be on the 1 or 2 foot line every single time.
So Wagner to serve. Hawaii up by 3 here. Desmond over on the left side, pushed down the line. It goes wide and out of bounds. That's a point for Hawaii. Emma Spint checking in, the outside hitter, freshman out of Menlo Park with the arrow.
She's been contributing. She's been called upon numerous times in those last few matches for Irvine and doing a nice job. A freshman.
Yeah, and they've been playing with their lineup throughout the season, that being Irvine. That one by Spin hit into the twine, and Hawaii now with a 5-point advantage. And Ashley Hayne will talk things over.
Win your conference, you get that ticket.
Yep, you get the automatic bid. So after the timeout, Wagner back to serve again. Flatfoot pumps that one over. Darnell shanks it. It hits the Terraflex. And they're actually going to call a double contact on the Anteaters. So an ace for Riley Wagner.
And Riley Wagner coming out of a timeout. That is not easy to do. Number 1, just keeping it in, but number 2, to drop an ace.
So set point for the Wahine here in the first. Right down the middle, Darnell Desmond backs at right side. Ferguson is roofed, and that's a great way to end the opening set. The block, the point, Hawaii takes the opener 25-18. UCI will serve to begin the second set. They get it over, we're underway. Laying under it, back set right side for Van Sickle, cross court, and it goes long.
And Brooke Van Sickle had a nice pass on that deep floater serve, but she just got underneath that ball and it definitely soared into the great student section. You see a lot of students here this evening.
Yeah, they were out quite a bit for basketball this last couple of nights as well. That hit by Westerberg, dug up back row, and Negron backs it right side. Ume off the double block, pushed up by Ike Naga, quickly in the middle, flipped over by Williams, dug up overpass. Remember Wahine Lang, backs it right side, down the line, money for Van Sickle.
And Brooke Van Sickle was given a tiny bit of line, and you do not give her line or anything, really. The super senior just taking it and unloading down the line.
You know, it's funny, every time they introduce her at the introductions and they say super senior, she always starts laughing. Van Sickle serves it down the left side. That's ace number 3 off the hands of McDonald.
Well, when we refer to super senior, it's because it's her 6th year in college,
right,
thanks to COVID and transferring in a redshirt year due to injury. You look across the net, you see 5 freshmen. Can you imagine them in 5 years?
Right. Well, I look at this team for Irvine. They're going to be a team to contend with.
They really are.
They've got some talent. McDonald shinks that one again. Bumped around over on the left side. Ume just uses her strength and gets it off the block.
And Ume at 5'8" is a sophomore, but I'll tell you, she is so fun to watch. And according to her coach, she just loves working with her. She continues to work hard and get better and better. Totally a joy to have on the team.
Oh, yes. Lang quickly in the middle, flipped over and out of bounds. Miscommunication or mistiming there between Lang and Williams. We see that occasionally.
Yes, and that's what Coach Robin Amo says. Hey, they're human. They're gonna make mistakes.
Down with the serve, deep serve, good high pass. Lang late sets it in the middle, and there is Williams rewarding her after the miscue.
It's how you respond to the mistake.
You see Robin over there talking to Sky. Ike Naga will serve for UH. Good serve. Overpass. Reached up. Put down. Nope. Kept alive. Darnell bumps it up left side. Cross court it goes off Hawaii. Bumped up Ike Naga on the left. Pushed over the right hand. Here come the Anteaters. Bumped up high on the right side. Ume. Block. Covered. Back over to Ume on the right side. This time she is not roofed, but saved. Two-hand over. Free ball. Lang. Middle. And Williams gets it off the block. There were a couple of times I thought Hawaii would get the block, but nice cover by the Anteaters.
Yeah, the Anteaters playing with a little bit more heart and passion in this set.
And finally, IGD gets the kill. And now a good high pass, backs it right side, crossword, diving ding by Lang. Bumped up left side for Wagner. Wagner off the double block, saved back row by McDonald. They'll bump it high on the left side for Bertoloni, and she's stuck.
And again, Bartoloni is going to come hard at you.
Look at that dig by Lang, diving, extending to her left.
And Kay Lang read that so well.
And then the double block by IGD and Westerberg. In the middle, tipped over, no, can't get it over the net.
And what you're gonna find is for the Anteaters, for Irvine, they are gonna try to get the ball more to Ume. She has been their offensive leader all year.
Boy, with the 4-0 run. Ume, though, taking a little bit off that one, a little bit too much, but had the right idea, I think. Here comes the left side, Bertoloni off the hands. Off IGD and Westerberg.
And Bertoloni with 2 kills and 5 attempts. She's kind of flatlining it right now. I'm sure she's wanting, super hungry. You got to love the energy that she brings.
Haley Darnell serves it cross-court, good high pass up the lane, backs it right side. Westbrook pushes it over. Darnell keeps it alive, popped over cross-court off the hands of Lang. I think that was more of a flat-footed attack, not so much a free ball, but not expecting to get a kill. So Ume gets the kill.
Darnell just laying it all out here. A great up, not only a great up, but her celebration afterwards. She's just really trying to motivate her team.
Well, you can imagine how excited she must be. Wagner winds up. That one's dug up. Overpass goes out of bounds. And a point for Hawaii. Wagner really laying the wood on that attack. It's amazing how hard she can hit. It's like she transformed in the middle of the season.
She did, and I always call it an aha moment. It's like she got in a zone and she stayed in that zone. And Riley Wagner does so much for this team, so many little things. She's 3rd on the team in kills. She's 3rd on the team in digs. But her passing alone, her first ball contact has been pretty spectacular.
Janelle Gong with the ace. Boy, with 6 service aces in this one. The backs at the right side. Ume cross-court dug up. Back behind the end line. Gong will bump it up. And he'll be freed over by Van Sickle. Opportunity for the Anteaters. Backs at the right side. Ume block covered by Darnell. Bumped up on the left side for Bertolone. Cross-court. Nice dig by Van Sickle. Gong over to Wagner. Wagner off the double hands and out of bounds it goes. Boy, just too many weapons right there. Terrific defense by the Rainbow Wahine.
Hawaii completely in system, and that is showing the experience and the cohesiveness of this team.
Hawaii 2nd in the Big West in digs per set. Showing that right now. In the middle and going up and putting it straight back down. Oniofogu, whose name we have not called a whole lot except for early in the first set.
And trust me when I say they want to get her the ball more often. It really just starts and goes back to that first contact.
Always. So 6 serving 9. Hawaii won the opening set 25-18. Desmond with the serve, trying to play it off the net as Hawaii. Somehow they get it over. Desmond in the middle, the solo block attempt, pushed over, dug up Ike Naga, back to Igidi, tips it over, diving dig by Darnell, rat-a-tats around over on the right side, the attack, double block, dug up Van Sickle back row, back to the right side, step up, pushed over the double block, and she gets it in. Igidi, the line judge, says yes, the UCI coaches thought it wasn't. Now, they could use the challenge green card if they choose. Let's take a look at it.
And Igidi bombing away and then just tipping that ball in. We got both sides in a little bit of drama.
What a good deep serve. Desmond in the middle, and Hawaii stops Ofogu. That is Amber Igidi.
And that's the one thing, if you go one-on-one straight up with Amber Igidi, she will stay with you.
Now you're looking at 2 of the better middles in this league for sure. At 5 now. They go back to her. She goes left and knocks it down. Smart play there by Ofogu.
And Ofogu's just going to continue to get better and better. She was on the team that actually did that reverse sweep, Scott, back in 2019. She was only a freshman then.
She was actually a Big West Conference on the all-freshman team. High set, left side, dug up off the hands of McDonald. Here comes Brooke. Brooke uses that power and tools it off the double block. You know, you can tell that she's a beach player by the way she attacks the ball. When she sees those big hands, she knows how to use it to her advantage. Yeah,
and Kate Lang getting there and actually hand-setting that ball, which is pretty spectacular. Talk about quick footwork. But yes, Brooke Van Sickle is definitely a beach player.
Gee, that's a good serve. On the left side, McDonald off the double block, save, full move. They go back set right side. The lefty is going to be rejected by Van Sickle. As they reject Ferguson.
A little bit of hang time there, huh? Brooke reading that like a book, stays up there and actually catches it on the way down.
5'9" against 6'4". Maybe 5'9".
In her mind, they're equal.
Yeah. Around the left side, and Hawaii's going to get another block. The double block of McDonald, and it's definitely a roofing.
Irvine to work around Hawaii's block right now.
Amber IGD, Brooke Van Sickle each with 4 apiece. Here you see IGD back to serve on the far left side, about a foot or two back. Pops that one over, Darnell. In the middle, off the hands of Williams on attack by Ofobu. Where will Lang go? She goes in the middle, Williams off the double block, pushed up towards the net. The set in the middle, Ofobu again, this time she wins the battle with Williams.
And again, look to UC Irvine to continue to try to get her the ball. She is their go-to girl. She's dynamic, she's explosive, and she's carried a huge offensive load all season long.
So just clips the net, Ikenaga, good pass. The back rows, Wagner, and smacks it off the palm of the block attempt. That's off Iceland.
A nice set selection on that play because Skylar Williams is running behind Kate Lang, pulling a blocker with her, opening up a one-on-one opportunity.
Another serve, Desmond in the middle. Iceland dug up back row by UH on the left side. Van Sickle money.
5 kills in 8 attempts right now.
Yeah, it just seems like a couple of minutes ago we were saying that's only her second swing.
Things move quickly around here.
Don't they? What a good serve. Bumped up on the left side. McDonald off the double block. One hand save by Van Sickle. Bumped up for Wagner behind the 3-meter line. Off the triple block. And it flies out of bounds. Wagner getting better, isn't she, from attacking behind the 3-meter line?
Yeah, she's getting just more confident. She's taking the swings that they've worked really hard in practice. Coach Robin Amo says, we want them swinging hard at the balls. Going after it.
Floats that one just wide and over the net on the right side.
Irvine substitutions, number 21, Irvine. Serving from the 14th fitness set. And number 12, Jordan.
So Negron comes in to serve. She'll run the offense. Of course, UCI running that 6-2. Negron out of Puerto Rico gets it over. Lang in the middle. Williams dug up in the back row, chased down by a trio of Irvine players, and eventually it falls to the floor.
And you just gotta love the scramble. The Anteaters are falling all over each other trying to get that ball. And talking to Ashley Hayne earlier in the week, she said, this is probably the best group of defensive specialists and liberos that I have ever worked with. Their energy and their effort.
Yeah, she was very, very happy with the way her defensive specialists have played. Served down the left line. Negron left side. Ume block, kept alive, overpass, attacking it on the overpass, but getting a hand onto the net. It is Hawaii. As you see, Riley Wagner maybe a little too excited.
And that's unfortunate because you gotta, again, love her being aggressive after that overpass.
By the way, Van Sickle now has her 300th kill this season. Not this season, but the serve goes cross court, or the attack. Hit into the back row, ended up by Van Sickle, laying in the middle, and Williams hits it off the tape, and it ricochets out of bounds. One thing you don't want to do is get sloppy. Hawaii with a pretty comfortable lead, up by a touchdown and an extra point.
And this is where they really have to be patient, but continue to be aggressive.
Back set, right side, Westerberg down the line, yes. By the way, Van Sickle came in with 295 kills on the season, so she is over 300. Or right at 300 now with 5 kills in this one.
Yeah, she's leading everybody, and on the opposite side of the court at 200 or 300 kills again is Omi Ofubu.
Going back set the right side, cross court, dug up Van Sickle, laying in the middle, and Igidi negotiates it down just past the 3-meter line onto the Terraflex. She's almost unstoppable here this evening. Defensive Player of the Week in the Big West, maybe Offensive Player of the Week in the Big West in this weekend is Powell. Naga, good serve. Darnell up to Negron, over on the left side. Bertoloni brings the hammer. One of her better swings.
And that's a really quick tempo set. They pushed that set really quick outside to her, and she actually just beat the block. Negron out of Puerto Rico. She's a flashy setter. She's fun to watch.
We've seen a lot of players throughout the years, both in the men's and women's game, out of Puerto Rico, that's for sure. The swing by Wagner, a bit too far past the end line. Attacking error, point for UCI. Hawaii won the opening set, 25-18.
And Riley Wagner with 22 attempts right now, hitting at 136.
Yeah, she has 9 kills, but you want to get that hitting percentage up a bit. Here comes Bailey Darnell, the Radford Ram. In the middle, IG goes up, and the ball goes down.
And again, on the first contact, you set Amber Igidi off of a good pass. Kate Lang's going to establish her middles, which I think she's done a phenomenal job this season, really getting more offense out of her middles. 14
attacks, 8 kills, no errors for Amber Igidi. 571 hitting percentage. Here comes Gong into the game. She'll serve it right down the middle of the court. The backs it, the right side. Ume hits it long, and she does. No touch at the net.
Ume going for that deep cross corner.
And the Anteaters are going to call a timeout. Students and alumni as well. Hawaii up 1-0, leading 22-13 here in the second. The Anteaters will bump it up on the left side for Ume. Pushes it over. There's Van Sickle to dig it up in the middle. Igidi off the block. Pushed up towards the front of the net. Darnell bumps it right side off the double block. Saved near the back line by Hawaii. Quickly in the middle. Flipped over by Igidi. Darnell comes sliding up. Digs it up, and that's about it. Igidi gets the point, as does Hawaii.
And Darnell is all over the place, let me tell you. She's wearing that libero uniform tonight, but that is not normally her position. Carly Richter is a 5'3" libero who's been playing and I believe is injured. This is the 3rd time that she's been libero in her career.
Well, I'll tell you what, she's been pretty impressive. She gets to things very quickly, of course. She actually is listed as an outside hitter in their roster, but a defensive specialist / libero, and that's what she's doing tonight.
And she's doing her family and Radford High School proud.
Absolutely. She's doing a nice job. Serve goes long off the right hand of Desmond. And just like that, set point for Hawaii here in the second. But keep in mind, last time these two teams played here in Manoa, Irvine won in a reverse sweep. So things have looked pretty good so far, but it ain't over. So it just gets over the net. Desmond in the middle of Fobu gets the kill to keep Irvine still going here.
And Fobu with her 6th kill on the evening and 12 attempts.
Serve deep, probably would have gone out. Backset right side, Igidi cross court, dug up by Ferguson. Cross court attack. Here comes Hawaii, left side, Van Sickle. And now we'll wrap it up here in set number 2. As Brooke Van Sickle puts it down for the point. Her 6th kill on the night, and Takara as well. Set number 3, Hawaii up 2-1. Back to service Lang, and we are underway. As they set it high on the left side, Bertoloni goes cross court and gets the point.
And Bertoloni being a little quiet on the outside so far this evening. That's her 4th kill in 19 attempts. Excuse me, 9 attempts.
Darnell to serve it. With the right hand, Lang high, left side, Westerberg off the block and out of bounds. Your thoughts on how Tiffany Westerberg has played so far, getting only her second consecutive start, but we haven't seen a whole lot of her this season.
That's right. Well, she's made a huge transition. She was a middle blocker, and she's moved to the outside right side, and on that play, the left. I think she's just getting more and more confident with the opportunity that's been given to her on the court right now.
Yeah, she can play the right or the left side for Hawaii. That one flips the net. Almost got ace number 4. It's going to be freed over instead. Ike Naga to Lang in the middle to the left, off the dig and out of bounds the point. Sky Williams with the digit for the Bows.
And Sky Williams moving it around the block really well. She's been coming in early. Every match that we have done broadcasting, she's in here early, working with Kate Lang on their connection in the middle.
That one served deep, bumped up by Negron. The attack cross court, nice dig by Lang, pushed up. It's going to be probably a double contact. It is on Westerberg. That ball came to her so quickly. All she could do really is throw up her hands to keep the ball in and push it in the air. And
that's when, you know, when an ex-middle blocker puts their hands up, everybody kind of goes, no, don't do it.
You've got pretty hands, and you're pretty good hands, and you're an ex-middle blocker.
Yeah, that's many, many, many years ago.
Well, we don't have to say that part. Here's Desmond. Indy Desmond. Nice serve, just cleared the net. Hawaii's going to have to free it over after Lang and Ike Naga collided for a moment. Set in the middle. And Ofogu goes up and gets the point. She can really get up there, can't she?
And the thing about that set for Ofogu is it's actually like a 1.5 set.
Check out this collision right there. That could have been pretty serious. Luckily, it was not. Good pass over to Lang. She goes over on the left side, and Wagner hits it wide.
And that was a beautiful set. Kate Lang just jump set that ball. Was a little tight to the net, but beautiful, giving Riley Wagner an opportunity to kabang it, which she did, but just missed outside.
Indy Desmond to serve again from the right side. And now it clips and net, falls down for the ace. Hawaii's been pretty good tonight in the first 2 sets of starting fast and keeping their foot on the gas pedal. With a 5-2 UCI lead, and you see Robin Amo. She doesn't like what she sees here early on in this one, as that one goes out of bounds. So a service error point for Hawaii. And she's going to remind them, too. Like we said, heading down the home stretch after tonight, only 5 more regular season matches remaining. Hawaii's sitting in first place, but only, as of right this moment, a half game up on UCSB. Ike Naga, the libero, down the middle, kept alive, bumped up left side, cross court by Ferguson, in the middle to the left and put down by Igidi. Igidi's been perfect tonight, literally.
Yeah, her and Kate Lang have really just this connection going on from wherever Amber Igidi is. She is available, and she's athletic enough to make a set that's not necessarily the greatest set look really good.
10 kills with no errors, and there's Ofobu. She's getting much more involved in a lot of that. Like you said earlier, the only way you can really get her more involved is by the first contact, a good pass up to your center.
Yeah, and again, they sent her this 1.5, a 2 in the middle. It's not a really low set because she's so long and lean. Her reach is pretty high.
Here's Westerberg, cross court, goes wide. And that's a point for the Anteaters. 7-4 UCI here in set number 3. Mariana Bertoloni to serve. Pops that one over. Chased down by Lang. High left side for Wagner off the double hands. Kept it alive. Set in the middle. Pushed over the double block and it falls down. Nice job there. Reading it is Oni Ofobu. And we talked about, we haven't seen a lot of the tips and the dumps and the roll shots like they saw the first time.
Right, and that's exactly what Coach Robin Amo was saying, was that they tipped and dumped us to death the first time up on the mainland.
Oh, Amber Igidi absolutely crushes the coconut.
And again, Kate Lang setting that ball from about the, you know, not necessarily the 10-foot line, but a little bit off, and their connection has just gelled for some time now.
I think there's a bruise on the Terraflex after that one.
imprint of the molten ball.
The attack goes long by Ofobu.
And sometimes if you try to force that ball too much to her, that was a very difficult ball for her to hit coming over from behind her right shoulder.
Janelle Gong in to serve. Good serve, high pass. Up to Desmond, in the middle, pushed over, pancake save by Gong, bumped up, left side, rolled off the block, pushed over, dug up by Gong again, kept alive by Lang, behind the 3-meter line is Van Sickle! What a great sequence of defensive plays by Hawaii, led by Janelle Gong.
And Hawaii doing some spectacular plays, a well-oiled machine right here, working very in unison. I use the word cohesive, everybody playing their roles well.
That was terrific. Desmond in the middle. Ofobu to her left and down with authority.
And Desmond and Ofobu seem to have that same connection as well on the other side. They communicate well, and Desmond, only a freshman, excuse me, a sophomore. Oh, excuse me, a freshman, one of the 5 on the court.
You know, with COVID, you get confused. Not sure what everybody's class ranking is, and there's Riley Wagner. Torches that one down. Wagner having a pretty good night as well. She's in double digits in the kills category with 10. Wagner will serve. Pass. Desmond bumps it up behind the 3-meter line, and Bertoloni will send that one long. Well, you talk about the first contact, and we've seen a number of times where the serve receive has not been the greatest for the Anteaters. Kind of forced them to scramble.
Yep, and it's from tough serving as well. Hawaii's really stepped it up from the service line.
High on the left side, that one goes off the tape and then lands just inside the sideline by Emma Smith.
Smith getting a little bit lucky. It rolls over the top. The freshman out of Menlo Park, California.
That time using the tape to her advantage.
She had 10 kills on Tuesday night against UC San Diego.
Wagner up to Lang, in the middle, tipped over the double block, diving dig by Darnell. Punched in the air, two-handed over, free ball for Hawaii. Lang, left side, tipped over, nice save, overpass. Here comes the Wahine again, Kikinaga. Bump set for Van Sickle, money. Look at Darnell, she just gets up there so quickly.
She touches so many balls. Van Sickle taking a full swing on that ball, given a lot of angle, and again, she'll take it.
It's got to be a bit frustrating, I think, sometimes when you work so hard and then the other team still gets a point.
Yeah, it's incredibly frustrating, but time to slow things down here.
Get a chance to see our officials tonight. Ron Stahl up on the ladder, Wayne Lee there with the headsets. The down official linesmen are both Kevin Chun and Ryan Scudder, so.
Has to be definitive.
And as we suspected, that just wasn't enough evidence. But you know, if you're Ashley Hayne, use those as like timeouts, kind of, right? Mini timeouts and kind of regroup. You're in this one. It's tied 10-10 in the third set.
Absolutely. If you don't use them, you'll lose them. So why not?
Now, what drives me nuts is when the team is down by 10 and they call a timeout at the 24-point mark. There's a service error.
Cardinals in after a challenge or after a timeout. Just keep that ball in. Changing momentum.
See Emma spin back to serve. She has 2 service aces on the year. That serve goes deep. Good serve. Lang to Wagner. Diving dig. Popped in the air. Tipped over the double block. No pushback over by Williams. She hung in the air and then with the right hand punched it over and gets the kill.
I don't actually even think that she hung in the air. I don't know if she left the ground
Maybe
on
not.
that play. She did get a little bit off. She's just laughing at herself there. See, she's on the ground when she takes hold of that.
I think it's the eyelashes. High left side, Bertoloni off the double block. Rat-a-tatted around, knocked over by Van Sickle. Anteaters with the chance, bumped up right side, tipped over, rejected again. Almost a carbon copy by Skylar Williams. Skylar should not have to jump on the second time, right?
You know,
Just
talk
flat-footed.
Talk about long and lean. Yeah, these are noted as kills.
Yes. See those eyelashes? Give it a little extra energy. That's their superpower. Chase down, set left side, tipped over the double block. That time it hits the floor. As Bertolone gets the kill. Now starting to kind of look like the first meeting where you've seen a lot of tips and things like that. Hawaii's block has been pretty good tonight. No blocks here in the third set, but 6 total.
Robin Arnault very frustrated with the non-lift or throw call.
And that serve goes into the twine. So Hawaii with the advantage up by a point. Hawaii has won the first 2 sets of this one.
And Hawaii hitting for this current set at 412 right now.
Irvine bumps it up on the left side. Bertolone dug up near us. Kept alive by Westerberg. Is the free ball going to get over? It does. Everybody hustles to get back in place, but Joy Ume says not so quickly.
And Joy Ume, now you know why she was Big West Offensive Player of the Week twice this season. She got a hold of that excellent set selection one-on-one.
Yeah, Negron with a nice choice right there, going over to Ume. Lang, middle. Williams, off the block. The middles for Hawaii are having a terrific night. Both Skylar Williams and, of course, Amber Igidi. And, you know, that's one thing Robin mentioned to us earlier this week. She wants to get the middles even more involved. And look at Amber. She's having fun, huh?
She is always having fun.
Getting sloppy right there, but the ball goes through the hands, through the wickets of Westerberg.
Yeah.
Bertolone with the point and the kill.
Bertolone, again, a little powerhouse. She is so feisty. And what's interesting watching her go back there and serve, Scott, is that she normally jump serves.
We're at the break, 15-14.
Yeah, it's quick and it's coming faster, minute by minute, especially with the fans in the stands.
That kill put down by Ofogu. On the set by Desmond.
And your substitution number 2, Sophia Skukan.
Skukan's going to come in and serve Sophia Skukan. We saw her back in the first set. She came in as a serving specialist. Just gets that over the net. Lang in the middle for Igidi and gets it down in the back corner, just inside the end line.
And the spatial awareness of these two is really what's pretty phenomenal. I mean, that set from Kate Lang, the distance and how she finds her peripheral vision, how she finds Amber Igidi.
Look at those numbers for Amber tonight. Holy mackerel. Wagner serve. Desmond high. Left side, tipped over the double block, covered nicely by Van Sickle. Back to Brooke down the line. Dug up by Darnell. High, left side, the attack. And the roof by Amber Igidi. She is just having a heck of a night. And she clobbers that one on the attack by Emma Spint.
And really
Welcome back. Hawaii leads 2 sets to none, 25-18 and 25-15 through the first 2. Up 17-15 here in the third. Back to serve Riley Wagner. I said on the left side, Spint gets it through the block and eventually down. Hawaii hitting 450 here in this third set, but UC Irvine hitting 318. That's not too shabby either.
no, they've definitely stepped it up in this set. Earlier in the first set, they hit at 71, then at 56, but now at 368.
Negron will serve. Set in the middle for Igidi, and she just adds to her tally.
Really,
13 kills.
She's just having her way.
She really is. And She'll serve. Flat-footed, a couple feet back on the left side. Pops one down the line. They said high on the left side for Ume, who rolls it over and gets it to fall.
And Ume with her 6th kill.
But she's been really, when you look at her numbers and what she is to this program, Hawaii's held her pretty much in check.
Yeah, they really have. She's got the most attempts on the team with 23 total attempts.
There's Westerberg. Knocks it down for a point.
Sky Williams doing a nice job again.
Did I say Westerberg? Yeah. I meant Sky Williams, and Westerberg's coming in, excuse me.
Yes. But Sky Williams really doing a nice job, and mostly because Kate Lang continues to feed her middles.
Bumped up by knee ground to Bertolone. One-hand dig attempt in the back row by Wagner. Couldn't pop it up high enough for anybody to get to it. Well, this has been, of the 3 sets, by far the closest, obviously. Only a 1-point advantage for UH. So we saw in the first 2 sets where Hawaii really pulled away late in both of them. We'll see what they can do here. Just 1 point away from that 20 mark. Darnell gets the serve over, laying high left side for Westerberg, hits it out of bounds.
Westerberg going for that deep corner and just misses it. If that lands in, it's a beautiful shot. In this rotation, she stays in that left front positions and hits high outside, whereas Brooke Van Sickle stays here on the right side.
Back to Van Sickle off the double block, kept alive. Darnell bumps it over on the right side. Ume dug up in the back row by Hawaii in the middle for Williams. Block, nice cover. And that one smacked off the hands of the block attempt and out of bounds by Westerberg. Good job by Riley Wagner a couple of times covering.
Yeah, the systems are working, and I think really in role definition, understanding what your responsibilities are.
In the middle, Fobu, look out. That hits someone, it could hurt.
Oh, Fobu's scary. She's only gonna get better. And real young, definitely determined.
Very smart as well, terrific student. Parents are originally from Nigeria, and almost all her siblings are doctors. And she wants to be a volleyball player, Coach Haynes said. Says, I don't know how the family feels about that.
But she's got this work ethic that's pretty incredible. Coach Haynes says, you know, she works harder than anybody, not anybody, than most players out here, and she just continues to get better.
21-20. Kaylee Ikenaga out of Moanalua High School to serve. Main thing is getting it over right now. She does. They set it in the middle off the double block, covered by Hawaii. Backs it right side. Here's Westerberg off the double block. Pushed up near the front row. They go in the middle of Fobu. There's Van Sickle in the middle. Flipped over by Igini. Rat-a-tats around. Overpass. Where will Lang go again? Back to Igini. And down off the dig attempt. And Irvine was going to talk things over as Hawaii leads 22-20.
Maybe not. I think they like their own identities.
It's the fun that's Carly Marino's going to check in as an outside hitter on the Irvine side. Hawaii up by a pair, 22-20, trying to close this one out. Ikenaga gets it over. That's set over by Desmet, and the point. Definitely much better set number 3 than the first 2 for UCI as Mariana Bertolone will serve. To wind it up, Lang in the middle, flipped over by Igini, and somehow, even when she doesn't get a perfect hit, and that one she obviously didn't time well, somehow it trickles down and hits the Terraflex.
Yeah. And again, it's her vision on the court and her connection. She knows when to not go all out, but just keep that ball in play.
Janelle Gong in the serve, defensive specialist. Pass up to Desmond. No, it's an overpass, taking advantage, of course, by Gidi. And the fans rise to their feet. Oh, that sounds nice, doesn't it? It's been a while as the fans get up on their feet here at Aloha Ball for Hawaii. Darnell, Desmond in the middle. Foden, nice dig by Gong. Bumped up left side. There's Wagner. Over on the left side. Spint. Nice dig by Van Sickle in the middle. Igidi. And of course, it has to go to her as Hawaii wins. Hawaii sweeps UC Irvine.